Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam and today's video is going to be episode 2 of my Read It or Unhaul It challenge that I am doing in 2025 to try and cut back on my physical TBR. Vlog 1, episode 1 was super successful. I had a ton of fun filming that and I'm hoping that this one is going to be just as fun. I am going to pick 4 books again out of my jar. Has all of my unread books in here. Please be good to me. Please be good to me. Okay, so let's go. Let's see what it's gonna give me. Okay. Oh, first one is red. So this is horror/thriller. We have Those Girls by Chevy Stevens, I believe. Yeah, I see it on my shelf. I'll have to put in clips of these. All right, let's pick another book here. Okay, this one is going to be fiction, could be general fiction or historical fiction. Okay. The Girl You Left Behind. I think this is by, where's it at? It's over here somewhere. Jojo Moyes, I think. Yeah, all right. Book number 3, let's see here. Oh, this one's pink, so this is romance. The Soulmate Equation. This is Christina Lauren. I have not read a Christina Lauren for a little bit. I think the last book I read by them was their newest release, which is The Paradise Problem. Yeah, I think that was it. Hi, Murphy. All right, last book. Let's see what we get here. Another red one. So this is thriller or horror. And we have The 5-Year Lie by Sarina Bowen. I believe this one is a domestic thriller. So, okay, a pretty good assortment of books, fiction, 2 thrillers, and then a romance. Okay, so I will update you all when I start one of these. Do you want to say hi, Murphy? Here he is. Here's my pretty boy. He has been, I got a new reading chair. I'll have to show you guys, but he's been obsessed with it and I have a heated blanket on it and he loves it. So I'm going to have to fight him and Cookie. She's up here in the window. Let me see here. Look at her. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Cookie. So I've had to like change things around a little bit in my library / office, and I put them a little spot up here on my bookshelf that has all of my historical romances, but both of the cats are obsessed with my new chair and Piper is too. So I'm having a fight for my chair. That's supposed to be mine. That was a Valentine's present. So anyway, I'm gonna go because I'm rambling and I'll update you when I start one of these books. I don't know which one I'm gonna start first, so we'll see. Hello. So it's been a little bit since I initially started this vlog. I got sick and yeah, I'm much better now, but it's, like I said, it's been a little bit and I finished this book. So there's no update. This will be the first update of this vlog and the first and only update for this book in particular. And that is The Girl You Left Behind by Jojo Moyes. I'll put a picture in because obviously I'm in my car and I'm waiting to pick up Piper, so I don't have the physical book with me. This vlog is not starting out very well because I am giving this book 3 stars. Let me not get ahead of myself. So we're following Sophie and Liv. So it's told in 2 points of view and 2 different timelines. So you have Sophie, who is, she lives in France. Sorry, I'm distracted. There's all kinds of people walking around here. Sophie lives in France in this tiny little village, and this is a World War I historical fiction. So her husband and her brother-in-law are off fighting, so it is just Sophie and her sister kind of holding down the fort. Their parents have passed and they own a hotel that has a like bar restaurant type thing downstairs. And the Germans have now come and occupied her small little town, and they also have basically ransacked this hotel for, you know, parts like wood and like paintings and bedding, things like that, to help in the war efforts. So there's not really a whole lot left of the hotel that was once thriving for her and her family, but the bar that is downstairs is still pretty lively. You have some of the locals that will come in that live in this little village, but also the German soldiers are coming in, and there is a new commandant. He's a bit younger, and the people of this small little town, they definitely feel like they're not going to be able to get away with a whole lot like they used to. He's just very clever, and like just notices a lot of little things. And so they're very sort of weary of him. But he takes an interest in Sophie. Like, an interest. And even more so with a painting that her husband painted of Sophie. And it's just a beautiful painting that just pretty much catches everyone's eye. And so the painting is how these two stories collide. You have Liv, who is in London in 2006, and she is a widow, and her late husband actually purchased The Girl You Left Behind, which is the name of the painting, and it is Sophie's painting. He purchased that for her, and Paul, who is a member of this organization, and sorry, I'm distracted. I am like squirrel. So the organization that Paul works with, they like to reunite stolen artwork from families during like World War I and World War II. And they have been trying to get The Girl You Left Behind, Sophie's painting, Liv's painting, reunited, reconnected with the rightful owners. Now, where this book went downhill for me was the modern day perspective, Liv's perspective. I just did not feel any type of chemistry. Not that this is a romance, but kind of. Like, there is a romantic feeling going on between Sophie and Paul. They just individually fell very flat for me, and then together they fell very flat. I did not care, honestly, about the storyline in the least bit, so that kind of sucked. And then most of the book is their storyline, and I just wanted more from Sophie. I thought she was such a good character. She was strong. She did what she needed to do to survive. While at times she was a bit like, okay, you're stupid. What are you doing? It still was like she's doing everything that she could, again, to survive the Germans, make the best out of the situation that she was given, and also trying to find her husband, who was off fighting in the war, and she just wanted to be reunited with her husband. So yeah, not a great start to the vlog, but here we are. That's okay. This one will definitely be one that I am unhauling. One less book on my shelf. And then next up, I'm going to read a thriller. It's the domestic thriller by Sarina Bowen, The 5-Year Lie. Sarina Bowen is known for her romances. That's where I have read her in the past. So I'm really curious what she's going to do with a thriller. So I'm excited for this one, and I will update you whenever I have an update. Hello, and happy, what is today, Thursday? Yes, it's Thursday. I am just about to get off of work, so I wanted to update you all because I have been listening to The 5-Year Lie by Sarina Bowen. I am about 50% of the way through this book. Now we are following Ariel, and in present day, Ariel is working as sort of like an office administrator, office assistant to her dad and her uncle's company. They own a like doorbell camera, security camera company, kind of like the Ring doorbells ish. And she is a single mother to a 4-year-old little boy. And something happened about 5 years ago where the cell towers went down and people's text messages were not sent. So she gets a text message from Drew. Her and Drew had this sort of secret relationship 5 years ago when he started working as a like coder or some sort of programmer for her dad's company. And it was secret because they just didn't want people to know at the office, and her dad was just a really terrible person. And that's who her son, that's his father. But Drew, 5 years ago, went missing. He just up and left. And later she finds out that he's dead. She finds an obituary. But she gets a text from him saying, meet me at this place. Something is happening. Like essentially something, he wanted to tell her that like something bad was going to happen. He wanted to warn her about something. And she thinks that it's him. She's like, this can't be him. What is going on? He's dead. But she goes to this place where he says to meet her, and she waits for hours and hours, and he never shows up. But then she finds out that it was sent out because of a mistake, and like thousands of people got messages that they were supposed to get 5 years ago, but it never went out. And so this leads her down the journey of trying to actually figure out what happened to Drew and who Drew truly is, because there's a lot going on where she's like, something is fishy here, stories aren't lining up, and it's all gonna be entangled somehow. There were things happening with her dad because her dad has passed as well, and that's really fishy, and she's like, are these connected? What is going on? So far I am enjoying this book. It's told in past and present. So present day, we are getting Ariel's POV, and then 5 years ago, we are getting Drew's POV. It's interesting. It's told in a very sort of interesting way. And I'm liking it. It's definitely keeping me engaged, keeping me wanting to read it. So I'm definitely going to be finishing this tonight, and I will update you tonight because I have a ton of laundry that I need to get done. So laundry and audiobooks, they just go hand in hand. So I will update you tonight. I am currently far too lazy to go into the other room and grab my book, but I do want to tell you all that I have finished The 5-Year Lie by Sarina Bowen, and I'm gonna give this one 3 stars. It's not the worst book that I've read, but it's also not the best domestic thriller that I've ever read. Like, it was just nothing memorable. It did keep me engaged. It kept me wanting to read, but I come out of it like, this was fine. Like, it was fine. I think with this being her like first step into thrillers, into this genre, I think she did a pretty good job. And you can definitely tell like the romance part of it, she was very comfortable with. And ultimately, I feel like the whodunit and who was involved was not really that shocking. I mean, you could see it coming from a mile away. And I don't necessarily know that that's kind of what she was going for. I think the journey of Ariel figuring out what happened to Drew was the point of the story. This did kind of wrap up really well for a thriller book. Like, it kind of had a happy ending for a thriller. So, I mean, I didn't mind that because I do like when things are sort of wrapped up really well. But I also feel like one of the key players, the major people who, yeah, I can't get into that, but I just feel like he didn't get enough justice. Like, enough justice was served for what all happened in this book and what these people caused. So, yeah, I mean, it was okay. It was just an okay book, just a 3-star read. And yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. So the next book that I'm gonna read is The Soulmate Equation. Yes. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm a little out of it, so sorry. But yeah, I will update you whenever I start The Soulmate Equation and have something to say about it. Is it weird that I'm updating you in the bathroom right now and that I have my book in the bathroom and my pre-workout in the bathroom? I mean, our toilet is in a whole different room. I don't know. Is it weird? I don't know. But I am 10 chapters into The Soulmate Equation. I'm giving it 50%. I think it's like, because I'm listening to the audio and it says I'm like 30% in, 31%, I think. So I'm giving it until 50%. And then if it doesn't get any better, I'm DNFing it, because at this point, I just don't like it. Like, I'm bored out of my mind. So bored. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, because otherwise this vlog isn't looking too good. I still have one more book to read, but it's been a rough one, you guys. It's been a rough one, but I will update you once I get 50% of the way through. Hopefully it is going better by then. I don't know. I'll let you know though. Sorry if you seem a little close. Murphy is literally right here, so I can't really move you guys back any further, but I have some reading updates, and I also just got a package from Old Navy delivered, so I figured I would show you guys what I got. I only got 2 things. I am a huge fan of Old Navy, okay? I think they're sometimes good quality for a good price. Sometimes it can be hit or miss, and I don't typically order from them a lot online because I like to go in and like feel the fabric, but we'll see how these go. We'll see. I got a dress and then a shirt, so let's do that, and then I'll update you on books, because that's really what you're here for, right? Okay. Oh, they didn't even put it in like plastic. Usually everything comes individually wrapped. Okay, cool. Murphy. He's like sniffing it. Okay, so this is the top that I got. It's like a floral sort of pattern, a little, I thought it was going to be more like lacy, but it's kind of, I don't know, like, it doesn't feel bad. I'm hoping it's not going to be too see-through. There's an old gentleman walking by the window. That might not be too bad. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because sometimes when you have your bra on, and then, you know, it can stretch. But I love this color, and I thought this was so cute, especially like for spring. And then this is bright. Bright as heck. But I like that, okay? Look, it's a dress. Can you see? It's adorable. It's like a gauzy material, and it's got pockets. pockets. But yeah, I love dresses like this in the summer and the winter, summer and spring, because they're just so comfortable and easy. And sometimes you don't want super form-fitting things. You want stuff to be a little bit looser. And that's what I like. Okay, now on to books. Can I get situated here? Hello. Okay, what is going on in work? Let me double check. Why is this man stopped right outside my window? What is going on here? Can you move, please? He's texting. Walk and text, my guy. Why? Listen. Why can men not multitask? Listen, it's a theme. It's a theme. They can't multitask. Like, I can be sitting here fully working and have a conversation and an engaging conversation, but men, it's like they one-track minds. That's it. Sorry. Off topic. I did end up DNFing this book. I just did not care. And listen, it's a little weird because this truly, the premise is exactly the same as the one from John Mars. So the hero in here has created an app that you find your soulmate, you submit your DNA, and then you find your soulmate. It connects you, you know. And our heroine, I don't even remember her name, Jessica. She is a single mom. She's working at like a coffee shop. She does things on the side too because she is trying to help her grandparents. And she's got a lot going on. So her friends are telling her about this app and how, you know, oh, like you need to find you a man. And she doesn't really like feed into it too much. But then one day she actually decides that she is going to submit her DNA. Well, she ends up matching with someone. And this someone just so happens to be the creator of the app. And they have a 98% match, which at this point in the, you know, creation of the app, the stage of the app, that's the highest that they have ever gotten, the highest compatibility score that they've ever gotten. So they're trying to, the team with the app, they're trying to see where this can go, this relationship. Like there's got to be something to it. We've never seen something this high. We've never seen a score this high. But also they want to use it for publicity. So what's his name? Is it River? Yeah, River and Jessica. She doesn't go by Jessica though. I want to say it's Jess. But they start going out on these like outings and she's getting paid for them. So it felt weird. I gave this until 50%. And then I was like, yeah, it's still just not working for me. And at that point they had gone on, I don't know, a few dates and I just wasn't feeling any chemistry like at all. And most of the dates were at like very public functions where they were being photographed or they were talking about the app, just appearances like that. So it just felt a little forced to me. And at this point, I'm like, I don't want to read this and give it 2 stars or 3 stars. Like, I don't have time for books that I just don't care about anymore. So unfortunately, I did DNF this. Murphy, go on. Okay. He had to jump down. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Christina Lauren, I haven't had a whole ton of luck with their writing. I don't know. I did like The Paradise Problem, but their newer stuff just kind of has been missing the mark for me lately. And that's unfortunate. So this is going to be my very first DNF for this Read It or Unhaul It challenge that I'm doing. And definitely this book is being unhauled. But on a more positive note, I am about like 70-ish% into Those Girls by Chevy Stevens. I'm loving this. This is a book that I do not want to put down. If I ever do another round 2 of books like you can't put down, bingeable books, this is going to be on it because holy cow, I'm loving this. So I just started part 3, so it is told in different parts. In part 1, we are following these 3 sisters, Danny, Courtney, and Jess. I think that's her name. So they do not have the best home life. Their mother has passed, and their father, he works away a lot, but when he comes home, he's a drunk. He's an alcoholic, and he beats on them. Okay, I'm trying to read the back because yeah, it doesn't say, so I can't give you too much information, but something happens and they end up running away from home, trying to find just a better life, a better situation for themselves. But then they end up in an even more terrible situation than they were at home. And it just, it's caused them a lot of trauma. And each sister has dealt with it differently. So in part 2, you see them as they are now older and just where their lives are at. And then one of these sisters ends up having a child. And in part 2, that is where the child comes into play. And she is trying to find stuff out. She is wanting to uncover things from her mother and her aunt's past because she has asked questions and they just don't ever give her any answers. Or they'll give her answers, but she knows that they're lying and that there's more to the story. So she decides, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to find out on my own. And it's getting pretty intense. Getting very intense, and I am here for it. I definitely am going to be finishing this today. I am thoroughly enjoying this book. Like, it's so good. But yeah, I need to finish work. I need to film my March TBR and go pick up my child. So I will update you later. Okay, let's finish out this vlog. And we're finishing on a high note, okay? Because up until this book, I was a little worried about this reading vlog because I have not liked a single book really in this vlog. Not that I've hated them. They've just not been my favorite. So I think I'm giving this one 5 stars. This was a hell of a book. It reminds me a little bit of Karen Slaughter, 2 books that I've read by her. False Witness. Yeah, I was trying to see it on my shelf. False Witness, and then Pretty Girls. Because there is definitely like mystery happening in here, thriller, very like thrilling, shocking moments. But the way that the characters are written, you just you just care so deeply about them and their story, and you want revenge to be, doled out to whoever hurt these characters who you have followed and you've seen them go through so much, and you just want them to be happy and to be able to move past the things that have happened to them. And this was just really freaking good. Like, really, really good. The ending made me tear up, and that really doesn't happen a whole lot in thrillers. So this was good. But definitely check your triggers because it's dark. And it's not as dark as Pretty Girls, but it's dark. So if this one sounds good to you, you want to pick it up, just be aware, okay? It's dark. So let's do a little wrap up here. The first book that I finished was The Girl You Left Behind by Jojo Moyes. 3 stars. Then I did The 5-Year Lie by Sarina Bowen. 3 stars. The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. This is a big fat DNF. So the only book out of these 4 that I recommend you read, Those Girls by Chevy Stevens. I now need to read everything that she has written. I think I've read one other book by her, but oh, this was so freaking good. It was so freaking good. So please, if you like thrillers and you like a little bit more emotion to your thrillers, read this. Read this. So yeah, that is all for episode 2 of Read It or Unhaul It. If you have made it to this point in the video and you'd like to let me know, leave me a cat emoji in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.